This tutorial will show you how to capture your nature recovery projects in our Actions for Nature mapping tool. When you first click the link to the mapping tool, you'll arrive at a page that requires you to log in or sign up. Your username will be your email address, and you'll need to choose a password that contains both upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Before proceeding, make sure you read and agree to the privacy notice for data protection. When you log in for the first time, you'll be required to set up an account page. Enter your full name and then specify your entity, whether you're an organization, a business, a community group, a farm, or an individual not affiliated with any entity. Previously added entities will be listed automatically. Or you can select Not Listed and type your entity name, which will be saved. Other members of your entity can view and edit your projects. Next, you'll arrive at the Welcome page. Take a moment to explore and learn about the project and its objectives. You can have a look at how the map is progressing under All Actions for Nature, which shows other organizations' projects. When you're ready to add your own project, select My Actions for Nature on the left. Click Add a New Project in the top right corner. Here you can now choose between a site-specific or a broad project. There's no significant difference in use except for selecting specific habitats on the site. In this example, we'll click Broad Project. Enter the name of your project and its status, whether it's ongoing, what stage of development it's at, or whether it's complete. Next, you'll add a boundary to your project. Choose from 3 options. You can upload a file from GIS, you can draw the boundary on our web app using the highlighted polygon selector, or you can select My project does not have a boundary if it spans an administrative boundary. If you're uploading a GIS file, make sure you create a zip file with all shapefiles included. To draw your boundary, click the polygon symbol on the left of the screen. You can enter your postcode using the search function or click on the map to establish the starting point and click to add points along the boundary line. If you want to delete a point, you can click the polygon symbol again and select Delete Last Point. If you're having trouble spotting your parcel of land, you can switch between map and satellite views. Click on your first point to close the shape and complete your boundary. The drawn polygon doesn't have to be perfect. Approximate accuracy of your project boundary is fine. Click Use Boundary to save. After you've added your boundary, click Save and Continue. Now you're required to choose at least one nature recovery action, with detailed definitions of each in information circles on the right of each option. If you're not sure which to select, you can contact the Making Space for Nature team at any time for help. If you feel the options don't describe the nature recovery action of your project accurately, you can click on Other and add in details in the free text box. You can select more than one option if your project has multiple nature recovery objectives. Next, you'll be asked if your project targets any broad habitats. Select the habitat that your project targets, or click No if it doesn't. Similarly, add any species relevant to your project, typing and adding them as needed. As before, if you don't know the answer to a question, just select No and move on to the next step. Decide if your action targets a nature-based solution. If you're unsure about definitions, select No or choose options that match your project. Finally, you can fill out optional text boxes for extra detail. The more detail you can give us, the better, as it helps us identify opportunities for nature recovery that can be expanded on. It's important to note that if you don't own the land, you must make sure you have permission to capture the project from the landowner, farmer, or land manager before you enter any details at a farm-specific or field parcel level. Projects can be captured at various levels. For example, the broad outline of a farmer cluster could be captured by the Farmer Cluster Facilitator. Countryside stewardship schemes undertaken by farmers within the cluster may be captured by individual farmers at farm level or at field parcel level. Projects undertaken at a farmer's own cost may be captured. A community wildlife organisation may capture a project they've undertaken which covers the whole parish. If you need any further assistance capturing your project, please don't hesitate to contact the Making Space for Nature team at makingspacefornature@kent.gov.uk. Thank you for sharing your nature recovery projects with us.